right, some of you have struggled a little bit with percents. We've been working with is over as of is equal to percent over 100. Yes, there are a million ways to do percent problems. The reason I teach that is because I know what's coming for our sections. So we are now doing percent change, and we're talking about how percentage is changing. So our essential question is, can you solve problems involving percents and percent change? Yes. The percent over 100 is equal to the change over the original. Now the original is chronologic, so make sure you're going in chronological order. All right, I am going to skip example 1 and move to example 2 because example 1 is just telling you to subtract, and you could probably figure it out. If you want to do the Fergusons, real estate taxes went from $1,560 to $1,638. What was the percent increase? So we are looking for a percent increase. The change. So remember, I have to find out what did it change from 1560 to 1638. Good. It changed 78%. Now, the original was the first one we saw. Chronologically, it started at 1560, so I'm going to put that here. And I'm going to make that equal to percent, or x over 100. And when we cross multiply, keep the top left on the top left, and 1560x. And when I divide each side by 1560, x is equal to a change of 5%. So the answer to this question is 5%. So that is the percent change. They increased to 5%. The number of registered voters in Franklin increased by 14% over last year. There are now 9,633 registered voters. How many were there last year? Again, there are a couple ways you could do this, but I like to do it by, if it increased 14%, I know that my 14 is going to be added to 100 because that 9,633 is 100 plus the 14%. Remember, I'm looking for this right here. So what I'm saying here is you can do this a couple ways. Our book sets it up a little different. They take 14 over 100 and they make it equal to 9,633 minus x over x. But I just, instead of subtracting and doing all this algebraic work, I know that that is 114% because it's the 100%, which is what I'm looking for, plus an extra 14%. So there are two ways you could set this up. I set it up this way. 114x is equal to 963,300. And so I'm just going to take 963,300 and divide that by 114, and x is equal to 8,450 voters. Now, I'm going to show you that the same thing happens over here in orange. 14x is equal to 963,300 minus 100x. And look at what happens when I add that over. When I add that 100x over, don't I get the exact same thing that I just had? I do. So we know that I'm just skipping a step that's going to make your algebra a little bit easier.